Alrighty. Um, so this will be the weekly collective energy update. Feels like it might be shorter. I know recently, the last like 2 to 3 weeks, I've been doing like longer ones, but it's because there's been quite a bit. Um, and it feels like there's like three things happening here this week. There's like a focus on career, the path that like you're headed on, which I guess that ties in with career and also coming into yourself and soul connections. So yeah, we're gonna get into it. So for those of you that have been releasing a lot, because I get it, these past few weeks, it just kind of feels like a lot of us have just been shedding. Literally I mention this all the time. So for those of you that like tune in and you hear about me talking about this and you're like getting annoyed, I get it, but this is literally what's been going on the past the past year, but definitely the past few weeks. A lot of us have just been, like I said, shedding these extra layers of our old self. And yes, we're all doing it differently and we're all in different stages of like shedding these old skins. But again, for those of you that you have been like, let's just say last week, you've also been shedding a lot of stuff. It does feel like for those of you, it's like this week you're just coming into more alignment and purification, harmony, and more clarity. So, again, if you've been in the thick of it, just know that this could be the week that you're just it's done. Like you've shedded those final layers, you've alchemized, you've understood, and you're just coming into more clarity. And for those of you that are in it, again, it's like if you've come already to that clarity, it does actually feel like I do also have like I'm done. Yeah. I get it. Trust me. Um for those of you that you have come into that clarity, let's just say last week, it feels like there's like just a new path emerging. And I did write about this. So let me just see. Um, yeah, there's this sense of like walking on your path. So again, some of you that have just ended this shed, these final layers of shedding, it's like you're headed on your new path, like you're just beginning your new path. Some of you are already on this path. Maybe you've been walking on this new path for some time, right? But I kind of feel like, okay, yeah, it kind of feels like this new path is not like, hasn't been like a long journey for a lot of you. Like I get you guys can be in different stages of this new path, right? This like fork in the road of wherever you're at. The old path that you're walking that represents your old life, old connections, everything from your old self, right? And there was this like fork in the road, right? I get obviously some of you are in different stages of this path. Some of you have been walking a little bit longer than the rest of you, right? Again, it's not a competition, it's just we're all at different stages and that's fine. But it does feel like a lot of you, it's not like you've been walking on this new path for a while. Truly. Like, yes, you could have maybe received I don't know, like an opportunity or like kind of a soul family slash soulmate connection, but this is all fresh. This is all new, you know? So, yeah, it's not like you've been on this new path for a while. Are you obviously going to be continuing to walk on this path, continue to build it, continue to walk on it? Obviously, yes, of course, of course. And it does feel like that's just gonna get more and more in like 2026. So yeah, I wrote basically that there's momentum for everybody on this path, regardless of where you are, whether you're just starting this path or you've been on it for a while, there's momentum for all of you walking this path, okay? It doesn't feel because the energy before, especially I was tapping into, there was a lot of like stagnancy. Um where perhaps you were feeling the energy of like wanting to move forward, wanting for things to happen, but there was just stagnancy. It's like the divine was like saying, "Not yet. It's not time yet." Like, I know you've done the work. I know you want to move forward, but if you understand how like these opportunities and these connections come into your life, it's like those people bringing those opportunities to you and these connections and whatever that you're calling in, they also have to catch up to you. That's what I've actually been feeling recently. It's like, yeah, you might be ahead. Absolutely. You might be ahead in doing the inner work and wanting to move ahead, but perhaps you moved like too quickly. Not that I really believe in that, but like you're ahead of everyone else. And it's like you've moved so far ahead where it's like all these other people have to still catch up to you, still have to do their inner work, still have to perhaps release their burdens and things that weren't serving them, you know? And it does feel like this group of people are catching up. They're releasing, they're alchemizing, they're transmuting, and they're like coming closer and closer to where you are energetically, right? And when that happens, then opportunities, um, soul, family, soulmate, whatever connections, that's when they come in, right? Because those people have to be in alignment with where you are to first perceive you and yeah, to perceive you and to make like to find you and to make whatever offer, right? Whatever investment they have for you. Um, but yeah, there's momentum on this path, okay? It doesn't feel like it's stagnant anymore. Truly, it's not like it's rapid fire. It's not like, by the end of this week, you're going to see all your like manifestations or whatever you've been calling in, like coming in. No, it's like you're starting to receive it. You're starting to see it, feel it, perhaps get news of it. Like, again, guys, this comes back to the analogy that came to me of like the wave, where like this wave starts out small, but there's a lot of freaking momentum behind it where it's gonna grow bigger and bigger and bigger. Um, and that's just gonna happen over time. And it's about learning to appreciate it instead of getting lost in what comes to us, taking it for granted, and constantly looking ahead for the next thing. Because I get for a lot of you, you've probably lived that kind of life and you've realized like that doesn't actually give you like full satisfaction, because if you take everything that you have in your life for granted, you're always going to be looking for more, and then it's never going to give you that satisfaction because you're always going to be looking for more, right? And this is different. This is about appreciating what comes in, savoring it, um learning to cultivate it, and really be present with it. Beginning because again, if you guys are like that with whatever comes in, again, it doesn't matter if it's a person, it doesn't matter if it's an opportunity, it doesn't matter if it's a thing, whatever the heck comes in, and you learn to be with it, you learn to appreciate it, you learn to pour your energy into it and really pour your love into it. Oh, that's like you're operating at a completely different frequency, completely different like energy, where that sends out the signal of like, okay, this person can actually receive. This person can actually receive the goodness, the things coming in, and we can send more. That's how you start tapping into that. So, yeah, like I said, there's momentum on this path for all of you, okay? So don't get down, like don't get, upset or whatever. There's momentum, okay? Um yeah, it's like a lot of you are just getting clearer on your identity and purpose and mission that you're here to create. And that also fuels the momentum going forward, right? Because it's like if you know who you are and you know what you're doing, you know what you're creating, that's a really clear signal to the field, the divine, the universe, to the quantum field of like who can actually come in and match that, right? Give you those opportunities or whatever that you're looking for and that you're creating. And it's also again like building stability, structure, or receiving it. So either you're building the stability or structure, or someone's coming in and they're giving you that stability and structure. That's been strong for the last couple of weeks. So again, I know I probably do attract a lot of people that have walked a similar path as to me, that have released the old ways, old structures, yada yada yada. And yeah, I get you can be in the unknown of like, I don't know where I'm headed, I don't know what I'm doing. I need that, structure, stability, blah blah blah. Again, it's like walking on this new path and moving forward on this new path. It's like that stability, because you've been building that inner stability within yourself, within, your own body, the energy of it. It's like it's bound to come. It is bound to come, and that's why I feel like it has been coming up a lot about stability, structure, foundation, right? So again, it's like building your career, receiving opportunities or news. And I wrote for some of you, it's like you'll be playing a different role in your career. Perhaps you haven't been happy in like whatever you've been doing, right? And you've been wanting something else. You've been wanting to try something else. And it's like that can come for you. Maybe this week, maybe in like within this month, but it's like you'll be playing a different role, and it's something that's going to be more emotionally fulfilling for you. And I wrote, but for all of you, it's like you're walking on also the money path, the path that you're walking on. Sure, you might not see it right now. Yeah, absolutely. You might not actually have the physical manifestation of that money or abundance. But again, you gotta tap into it energetically, feel it within your body before it actually comes in. But you guys are walking on that path. I really do believe if you're operating from your heart and you're creating from your heart and you're giving from your heart, that has to come back to you. It has to. And that will come back to you. You just have to trust it. You have to trust in what you're creating, truly. Don't let fear, don't let any kind of the old programming come back into you and convince you that, maybe you're not doing it right, da 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 da. Like, if you're walking on this new path, continue and trust. Trust that foundation that you're building energetically, and then things are just gonna start like coming in brick by brick. And that's kind of what I saw just now. Like, as you're walking, whether I saw both cobblestone and bricks, like, as you're walking, it's like they're forming, you know? Yeah, of course, you might not see the full picture and the end of it, but it's all coming together and it's all forming for you. So just trust. Always lean into the heart and feel into the decisions that you're making. Let me see what else. Okay. For it also feels like for those of you that are intuitive and you're kind of like reclaiming that or just coming more into that, there is like this connection between the crown chakra and the root chakra, like alignment and connection. So it's like what I got from that, it's like you're receiving ideas, you're receiving downloads, um, whatever's coming through, and you're grounding it, right? You're not acting impulsively on it. Yeah, you're receiving the guidance. Yeah, you're receiving the downloads, but then you're putting it into like that grounded foundation. So perhaps you could just be feeling more into it, or really sitting with whatever came through and just seeing how it feels in your body, seeing if perhaps you want to act on it or if it's the right time to act on it. But there's something about like, it's like planting it in the ground and not immediately acting on it. Do you know what I mean? Just like nurturing it into being. And again, this could be anything. Truly, this could be like um a project, some project idea, career idea. I don't know, whatever sort of thing that comes through to you, or yeah, like an action you might want to take. And again, this is going to be different for different people. So it could be like an action you want to take in terms of your career, or perhaps even a person. And it's like you receive the guidance, but you're grounding it before acting too impulsively on it. So, anyway, that's a very mature thing, truly. So, just whatever guidance, whatever downloads you receive, let it simmer, be with it before acting upon it. Yeah, I wrote down heightened intuition, seeing things clearly, seeing also through deception, whatever deception, through people and any hidden intentions. So this kind of felt to me like for those of you that are sensitive, it's like, yeah, what I also see, it's like you're coming more into that, and it's like you're, yeah, this is gonna resonate for only some of you because it feels like there's you've been reclaiming your connection with the divine. And as you've continued to do that, let's just say for the last couple weeks or months, when you stay devoted to that, it's like your connection just gets clearer and clearer and stronger with the divine, whatever you're receiving, right? So it feels as though, yeah, you're just asking for perhaps more signs. Um, okay, this could be okay, this could be where that grounded energy is coming from. Okay, yeah. Perhaps you receive like an intuitive hit about something. Again, it doesn't matter what it is. And you're asking for that guidance and that clarity of like, okay, like let me sit with it, let me be with it, let me feel into what I should do. But yeah, you're just asking for clarity and you guys will be receiving clarity for it. Whatever sign, because I also did write down like pay attention to signs, synchronicities, and dreams, especially those seeking clarity. Because it could be like this week, perhaps your intuition is just more heightened and just pay attention. Pay attention to what comes up. Um, because again, like as your guys' light grows stronger, grows bigger, you end up attracting everything to you. So, like the good, the not so good, and oftentimes the things that aren't good, they're obviously masked, right? They're they have like hidden intentions. So always use your discernment. Always. Always. And if again, if you got like I know that this works, especially for me, if I'm not sure about something or someone, I always ask for like a sign and protection and it always, always, always comes through. Always. And it's like I don't know, it's like this connection with the divine has become like my greatest ally, truly. Like it's that connection can never deceive you ever, ever. But you do as you continue to work on your connection with the divine guys, like you'll start understanding more and more what the signs, what the synchronicities, how it's trying to communicate with you. So I understand if you're just in the beginning of this and you're trying to figure out like what the signs mean, the synchronicities or the dreams or whatever, like I get you're going to have some errors and that's fine, right? This is how you start to understand what these things mean, right? So that moving forward, when that happens again, it's like you know that I don't know, this sort of sign means like that's a red flag and you should reject whatever's coming into you, right? Or if something is good and it's like a green flag. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, pay attention to that. Um So it feels like there's also a time of community, seeing people, events, get-togethers, hearts opening up, and good feeling amongst others, which I know it makes sense. It's December. I'm sure for some of you, you guys might have like events coming up, seeing people, seeing friends, seeing coworkers. Like I get it. It's this time of the year. It's pretty common for these sort of things. But I don't know, I kept feeling this, like, lighthearted energy around, and I really feel like that could be the case because so many people are exhausted from this year, truly, and I get it because I'm part of that. Um, from all the things that, they've been releasing, moving through whatever's happened, I really do feel like for a large percentage, it's like it's been a tough year, and I don't know why, but something about December, it's like people are just wanting to be like, "Alright, this is the last month of this year," and there's, like, this need of wanting lightheartedness, joy, connection, so it feels good. So whatever events, whatever you're invited to, I just say go. enjoy yourself. Truly, enjoy yourself. You never know who you'll meet on your path, on this new path that you're walking on. Truly, you don't know. And it could be a connection that really benefits you. So just because it feels like there are a lot of you that are removing your heart armor. Great thing. Beautiful thing. Are you fully there? Perhaps not. But even like when you because even for me, when I remember when like you release the first layer, like you still feel this like beautiful, warm feeling, right? And that's like a clear signal to certain people, and it just feels like there's just gonna be some really beautiful connections this month. Like, new connections or renewed connections. Um, so go, enjoy yourself, you know? Um, yeah, I wrote, like it's like the people that you're gonna be meeting, you're gonna be feeling seen and heard. And when we feel seen and heard by people, like, that's such a beautiful gift because that that makes us feel healed, right? Fully healed, you don't have to be, but it does make us feel healed, you know? Um, yeah, and I also wrote for those of you that are carefree, you're in that energy of like feeling from your heart, expressing emotions from your heart. You're being carefree, you're emotionally expressive, enjoying life, you're tapping into inner alignment, and you're being a more magnetic force for the things that you're calling in. So ugh, use this energy, please. Because I know I've been tapping into this energy and it's such a beautiful energy. Like the energy itself is so juicy. Um and yeah, when you go to places, events, whatever, and you're in this energy, guys, like people see you. People see you. People want to come up to you and they want to get to know you and they want to like see where the resonance is. Not everybody. I know. Not everybody is going to have resonance with you. And that's okay. Again, if your light is so bright, it will attract everything, but that's when you use your discernment and your intuition. But I would say use the energy that you're in of feeling good, feeling magnetic, feeling like open-hearted because that's a magnet for beautiful things to come into you, okay? Um okay, I have two more things. There was a strong energy of like romantic connections this week. So either it's gonna be like someone new or someone that you have met and it's just gonna be like a deepening with that person. Um, but it feels like it's gonna be with someone stable, dependable, and loyal, and it's like a very forward and clear energy. So this is not a person who's wishy-washy. This is not a person who like they don't know what the heck they want. They're giving you mixed signals. No, no, done with that. Completely done with that, you know? Um, this is like someone who's clear cut and forward and like they know what they want. It's essentially a mirror of what you are. Because if you know what you want, you can only call in a mirror that knows what they want as well. Okay. And the last thing that I wrote, and this could be connected with like perhaps this like new romantic connection, or it could be connected to perhaps like new job offer or project or something new that you've always wanted, but yeah, you never had in your life. So just pay attention because I wrote down some shadows may arise within you, and this is not a bad thing. Shadows coming up is not a bad thing. It's just showing you that there's still some wounds around this area, right? So if it's like a romantic connection, and let's just say it's a person that really you've been like calling in and you've been aligning, there could be fears. Absolutely. You've never done something like that before with that kind of person that you've been calling in. So there's always going to be fears of like, for example, am I really enough for this person? Am I really ready for this? Am I sure if I really want this? Blah, 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 right? Or a new project or whatever. There's always going to be fear around it, always. But the fear is the expansion that your soul wants, but it's like your old identity is scared of, right? So just keep that in mind. Again, it's not for toxic people or toxic situations or opportunities coming to you. That's a different feeling that comes up, okay? It's kind of like, you're presented with an opportunity, you're excited for it, you're nervous about it, you're scared about it. And so, yes, pay attention to fears coming up. It's, fears about losing things. Oh, that's a huge one, actually. Okay, yeah, let me touch on this because that's how your ego protects you. When you're presented with something that you've always wanted, and again, apply this to anything. Um, Job, person, whatever, right? When those fears come up and it's like, I don't know if I'm, ready for this, good enough for this, la, 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 oftentimes that's connected to the fear of actually saying yes to it and like committing yourself to it and then losing it, right? Losing, like opening up yourself so much, for example, to a person or this like new career path or whatever, and then it's like, well, what if I can't show up? What if I can't hold this, and that's usually where that fear comes from. So just pay attention to that. um Understand that if it is coming in for you, you are ready for it. It can't come in if you're not, like you have to be in alignment with that thing energetically for it to come in, so if it is coming in, you are ready for it. Just understand the fears, the shadows. Yeah, someone said confirmation. Yeah. um the fears, the shadows, the self-sabotage, the old programming that comes up in you. It is coming up to be alchemized, okay? Yeah, I also wrote down overthinking or moving very slowly um out of that fear and slipping back into old patterns and habits. So just be mindful, okay? Like everyone has their own process. Everyone has yeah, again. Everyone has their own process. Everyone has, their own way of moving through these things. So just I'm mentioning it so that you can pay attention, okay? But yeah, that's pretty much it for this week. The numbers coming out were 6 and 4. So 6 is about like family, soul connections, integrity, alignment, and the heart, right? It's like home, heart. So there is a lot of that, heart opening up. Yeah, when I feel into it, it just feels good, feels grounded. It just feels like I don't know, you might just be connecting more with people who feel like home. whether it's your family or it's just people who feel like family. Okay. Four. Four has been showing up for the last couple weeks, which is great. So it's structure, discipline, stability, foundations. Sage was coming up, and that's all about purification, truth, clearing old energy, old fog, and old identity. So, like, some of you are just stripping the last few things from you, which again could be connected to whatever comes in, and it's like shadows come up, fears come up, and they're coming up to be looked at. Okay. Animals, the horse and the cow were coming. So horse is all about power, movement, action, sovereignty, momentum on your path and choosing your path. And cow, abundance, nourishment, sacred feminine, and resources. So kind of sums up what I talked about for this upcoming week. So yeah, I wrote that like this week just feels like a sacred reset, cleansing the old, building and anchoring new foundations, and choosing from your heart, listening to your heart, and moving forward with momentum, power, and receiving abundance. So yeah, that's what you guys can expect. Again, thank you for being. Again, I know I don't look at the chat much just because I don't want to get too distracted. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I don't know. There's something about December that just feels like I just keep picturing like still waters. You know, it's not going to be as crazy and hectic regardless of what your situation is. Truly, I know that some people are like, ugh, Christmas, holidays, family, ugh. But again, it doesn't have to be that way, you know? Connect with people who feel like family. It really feels like there are more people who are wanting that connection, you know? So yeah. Anyway, enjoy this week and yeah, thank you for being and I'll see you guys next week. Have a good one.